Hey guys, what is going on? Happy Thursday. Paul here, just coming to you live. I am working from home and I want to make sure this added my title. But anyway, I promised you guys that I would go through on and show you a stack. So before I do that, what I want to talk about is yes, it's going to be about the cold plunge, but it's going to be so applicable to all of you, right? So I got in the cold plunge this morning and it was fucking cold. 43 degrees, as you may have seen on my story. But there have been a few of you who've sent me messages saying, oh, I could never, or I would never do that. And there's two big takeaways that I want you to consider if you've messaged me and you've said that, or you haven't messaged me, but you're thinking that. So, over the course of me cold plunging and showing you that I cold plunge at least 6 days a week, I've received a lot of messages. I've received messages of people who have started it, which is fucking fabulous. And I've received messages of people telling me that they would never do that or they could never do that. And there's two big takeaways there. Because as I go down my stairs where my cold plunge is in the basement, guess what? My body starts to prepare. It starts to shiver. And then I go down there, I take the temperature, and then I just go. I just jump in. No matter how I'm feeling, no matter what my brain's telling me to do, I just go. And what started in January as a challenge to myself and my team to do 5-minute cold showers has now turned into this life change for me personally. And literally as of this morning, I am now down to my lowest weight. And not that weight is a great indicator of health or fitness, but for me, it's a good marker because I know where I was at when I stopped working with my trainer. And I'm not really following anything other than Core 4 right now and my food allergies. I'm not on a diet plan. I'm not counting macros. I'm basically eating 1 to 2 meals a day. So I do have a little bit of a fast in there. But it's pretty fucking amazing. It's pretty amazing to me, and I talked about this a little bit in my video yesterday, that doing this lifestyle, doing this warrior method, sticking to this plan that I've laid out for myself has had more of an impact in my life in 3 months than working with a trainer for 9 months. So the proof, what's up, Cap? I'll hit you up later, buddy. The proof is in the results, right? So I've now dropped down to the lowest weight I've been in pretty much the past 10 months. And it's just from this method. And so, but to get back to the messages I received of I could never or I would never hop into the cold plunge, I want you to consider two things. So if your doctor, well, first let me ask you this. What is everybody scared of when it comes to their health? Everybody is scared and fearful of cancer, right? Now, I won't deny or discuss the fact that cancer rates have continued to rise over the past several years. I will not deny that in my business that I run with my wife, who's the lead doctor, we are seeing cancer patients come in more and more. In fact, we just had another cancer patient that we scheduled today. And I don't know about you guys, but as somebody who's lost a couple close friends to cancer and grandfathers, it pisses me off. So I'd have you consider when it comes to cold plunging if you tell yourself that you would never do it, what would you do if your doctor told you you now have cancer? Like seriously, like what would you do? Besides the shock and the fear, you would probably do anything and everything under the fucking sun to get that cancer out of your body. Now, we have a different approach in our health and wellness clinic. Cancer or cancering is a process. And we firmly believe that the body can restore itself. Do we treat cancer in our clinic? No. What we do is we help the body restore itself to a natural state. And there's a process to that. And part of that process is the cold plunge. So when you message me and you say, I could never do that, would you do it if you were sitting in front of your doctor with lab results and they said, hey, something's wrong? I'd have you consider you probably would. And the reason I bring that up as point number one is because the health benefits of cold plunging are undeniable in prevention of tumors, in prevention of cancer. Now, I'm not going to pretend to be a doctor. I do work in a wellness clinic, but I'm not going to pretend to be a doctor. But the fact that cancer is so rampant, and it's even more rampant now with what we've gone through the past 3 years, if you catch what I'm saying, you probably would start cold plunging. Now, I live a healthy ass lifestyle. And it wasn't until I implemented this, along with a few other things like the warrior method and all that stuff, that I am now at the highest, most elite level I've ever been at. My body, my spiritual connection to God, my family, my business is like, I don't hop on here to sit here and just talk. Like, I do this because I am so fucking tired of hearing about friends get cancer. And literally, it makes me mad. I literally just saw it on our business page today. One of our doctors did a video. I don't even remember what it was on. And some shithead comments, "You don't go see a chiropractor for that." I was like, oh, okay. We've never heard that before. And, it's one of those things like, yeah, my wife's a chiropractor. The majority of our doctors that are bringing health transformation to our patients across the country through the Wellness Way are chiropractors. But yet you wouldn't listen to them because they're chiropractors, when that is the worst thing they can say about us. Yesterday, we had a patient drive 5 hours to our office because they are unable to conceive a child after 3 failed treatments of IVF. Do we treat infertility? No. We help the body restore itself. Why are people driving 4 or 5 hours to our clinic? Because we get results, whether or not they're a chiropractor or not. So that's my little tangent. But my point is, in my first point is, if you got that news that your body had cancer or a tumor or something like that, then you probably would start cold plunging. There's my beautiful wife right now. Right? So this morning, I go down there, it's 43 degrees. I did 3.5 minutes in the cold plunge. The health benefits are undeniable about cold plunging. And actually, my wife, who's a doctor, has some of her patients, thyroid cancer, cold plunge. And I share this free information all the time from Thomas Seeger, who is the PhD, who he puts out free content all the time about the studies of cold plunging. But if you were someone who has a health event, you would start cold plunging. I truly believe that. I truly believe if you're telling me you would never do it, if you were put in that position, you then would do it. Which brings me to my next point. What's up, Martin? My next point is about the same statement. If you say, I could never do that. I would never hop in a 43-degree, 100-gallon tub of water and sit there for 3 minutes, even though it's widely beneficial for my health. Really? You're not willing to get uncomfortable and do something hard for 3 minutes? 3 minutes. That's it. What does that say about this? What does that say about your mentality and how you approach stuff that is way harder? You couldn't get in cold water for 3 minutes or 10 minutes. What does that say about how you approach hard shit in life? Hey, thanks, brother. Appreciate it. I've been growing my beard for 7+ years. Just cut 3 inches off. And my beard is such a metaphor for my life because you have to go and prune stuff. So I just cut all the dead stuff off my beard. And it's a metaphor for life. Shit is hard, guys. But when someone says, I could never, I would never, you've already lost yourself. You've already lost no matter what it is. I could never do that. Nope, I could never. I would never do that. And as a coach, what that tells me is you have limited yourself so much, you probably have no fucking clue how much you've limited yourself. And I don't say that to be a jerk. I don't say that to get a rise out of you. I say that because I also was in the same boat. And there are times, even now, even today, when I started this video and I told you that I am the best that I've ever been, even today, there are beliefs that I have within myself that I have limited my capability to do X. Where does that come from? It's programming. And it's up to you to choose if you're going to buy into that programming or if you're willing to do something more. Because what I could promise you is that by cold plunging, I do it 6-7 days a week. Let's just call it 6 days. In 43 degrees for 3 minutes every morning. Is it hard some days? Yeah, today was hard. I hopped in. I kind of did the ugly face and gasped for air for about 10 seconds, and then I was good. But I'm choosing to do that hard stuff because I start my day with something that is fucking difficult. But what it does is it changes my mentality on how I go throughout the day. So when the other hard shit comes in, when, the difficult, stressful things that we deal with as business owners, as parents, as husbands, as fathers, I'm equipped. Because I am not going to limit myself to say, I could never, I would never. Well, guess what? If that's you, you need to break through that fucking wall. I would never do that. And it just shows that there's other areas that are impacted because of that belief that you have in yourself. So to wrap that piece up so that I can get into the stacking piece with you guys, the idea of self-limiting beliefs is one of the most detrimental things that you can do to yourself. But think of what that does to your family, to your business. It impacts every area. So I started this video talking about how I am in the best shape of my life. I don't have a trainer anymore, but what I do have is I have this system. I have Core 4, I have the Warrior app, I have my coaching business, I have stacking. And I stack every day, multiple times a day. So I want to show you guys what that looks like. But before I show you, I want to tell you, like I was talking about yesterday in my video, how I was sitting there with my wife and I was like, it was kind of like an epiphany for me. I was like, how is it that I live such a healthy lifestyle? I hired a trainer. I did exactly what he said. I worked my ass off, yet I didn't achieve my goal. And now I stopped working with him a few months ago in March. I had a little setback and then I got back on it. And now here I am not following a meal plan. I'm working out consistently. I'm following the warrior's way. I'm rising to reigning in myself. And I'm in the best shape of my life. It's because I'm addressing all of these key areas. I'm addressing my body and my fuel and my fitness. I'm addressing my being with my creator. I'm addressing my balance in relationships with my wife and my kids. I'm meditating. I'm addressing my business, finding gaps, changing things. Now, all those 4 things, 5 things, they're on varying levels. But every day I get up and I have a deliberate focus on those areas. And I don't leave it up to chance. I know exactly what I'm doing. And it's through this lifestyle. So I'm going to turn the camera around and I want to show you the stack. This is going to be a little bit longer of a video. That does not bother me whatsoever. Where's the app here? Sorry, I got to look past the camera here, guys. Wake up warrior. There we go. All right, so let me show you guys. Man, I just had this pulled up. I got too many damn tabs open. Warrior app. So the cool thing is it's not just on my phone. It's also on my computer. So I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to tilt it down. And I'm going to just walk through a basic stack. Okay, so this is our dashboard. Right? So you can see I have things over here, which is my door, which is a whole separate thing that we can go through, not today. You can see my streaks, things like that. So you can see I've been stacking straight for 34 days. I've been hitting my core straight 100% for 33, my door for 9 days. I have 107 stacks right now. So I've been doing this for a little bit. But if I go into my stack over here, I have this whole list. Rage, angry, irritation, guilt, sad, happy, excited, grateful, appreciation, and prayer. And then I have a discover and an idea stack. So what stacking does is it helps you reframe whatever it is that you want to discuss. So let me go through, let's see, what should we do here? What should we do? Let's do a rage stack. Okay. Now this one's going to be a little bit longer. So this says your rage is building or blinding you from the truth. It's time to reach down into your pit and find the power. What are you going to title? So I'll just title this IG Live. I'm going to title this IG Live. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to rage stack the fact that I could not go live yesterday with one of my brothers. What domain of Core 4 are you stacking? So yesterday I was going to go live with Steve and he's big in meditation. So I'm going to say being. So there's my Core 4. Who or what are you stacking? So I'm going to type in IG Live that failed with Steve. So as you can see, it's walking me through this process. It's going to ask me these series of questions. In this moment, why has IG Live that failed with Steve triggered you to feel rage? Because we could not go live together to spread the message of the Warriors Way. We had tech problems. Now, obviously, it probably would not take me this slow to write. So in this moment, if you could scream it, IG Live that failed with Steve, what would you say? I'm going to say F off, fuck off, IG Live, right? Because I'm not really pissed about it right now, but I was pretty pissed yesterday. So I'm being real. Fuck off IG Live. In this moment, if you could force IG Live that failed with Steve to think or say or do anything, what would it be? It would be that we had no tech problems and went live. So it's asking me what I wanted in that situation. In this moment, with no filter or constraints, what do you genuinely think about IG Live that failed with Steve? So in this moment, it sucked, but we will figure it out and do it again. Okay. In this moment, what is it that you never want to experience again with IG Live? No more tech issues. Okay, so now just keep in mind, this is a rage stack. I did one of these on the contractor that I'm dealing with the other day, and it was massively beneficial. So I'm just showing you guys how this answers or asks me questions and how I answer. And what it does is it walks me through a series to then, by the time that I got done rage stacking that contractor 2 days ago, I was solid. Like I was pissed and then I was solid. Like it allowed me to go through the day with no more issues. Okay, having released the rage, let's get clear on the facts. Take a deep breath. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So now we're getting factual about the information. What was it that really happened, right? Because a lot of times we have this emotional rage that sometimes the facts aren't what you think they are. What are the non-emotional facts about the situation with IG Live that failed with Steve that triggered you to feel rage? What are the non-emotional facts? The tech platform just didn't work as designed. Okay? What is the story you're telling yourself created by this trigger and the situation? Well, the story I was telling myself is, we were hopping on to connect as warrior brothers, but also someone that's, focused his coaching and his life on meditation. Like the story I'm telling myself is people missed out. People missed out on hearing his message. Okay. Describe the single words, feelings that arise for you when you tell yourself this story. I'm going to just put frustrated. Describe specific thoughts and actions that arise for you when you tell yourself this story. For me, like it makes me mad and not want to do it again, right? What evidence do you have to support this story as absolutely true? Well, the evidence is when things don't work out, I tend to not do them. And here's the other cool thing. I can hit this little icon over here and I can just type anything in here. So if I wanted to just go and type, a whole freaking book in here, I can. Or if I'm very particular, like if I have words that are misspelled, I like to, correct them. So I just got out of that. But is this story, people missed out on hearing his message, true? Well, that story is true. People did not get to hear what he said. Are you 100% certain this story, people missed out on hearing his message, is true? Well, let me reframe that. They did not get to hear his message that day, but he and I will do it again and they will hear his message. So I'm going to say no. What might be possible for you in this situation if this story was false? I could move on and reschedule and have no tech problems. Okay, so with this story, let's get clear about what you truly want. Take a deep breath. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so it says, regardless of your rage trigger with the IG Live that failed with Steve and the original story that people missed out on hearing his message, you are telling yourself, what do you truly want for you and beyond this situation? So basically, I'll just say IG Live scheduled again with no problems. What do I want beyond this situation? I want both of our messages to get out to those who are asleep and need to find meditation in their lives. I'm going to just say the same just for the sake of time. But as you can see, it's walking me through this massive series of questions. And this is what, I'm going to go ahead and stop here. But this is what we call reframing. Now, this isn't how it looks for every type of stack that you can do. This is a rage stack. How it looks for different things, like there's a gratitude stack. There's an idea stack. I use the idea stack on how I want my coaching business to look like. But I do this every day. The prayer stack, it looks totally different. It asks different things to help you reframe where you're at. So if you're feeling rage, like I did with our contractor the other day, what that did going through that stack, after I did the video in my car, I got home and I stacked for like the next 30 minutes. And sometimes I'll spend 15 minutes stacking. Sometimes I've spent an hour and a half stacking. It depends on the situation. It depends what I am stacking. But the idea is what it's doing is it's reframing whatever it is that I'm stacking to what the real facts are and what I want the results to be. So when you guys see me on my story doing a prayer stack every morning, there are certain things within that I do to get my mind right. And this is just a piece of the app. Like this is one section of the app. Like this app, this development, I want to say took upwards of $8 million to develop from Warrior. But it is monumental in my success in my own life. Monumental. Like the value that this has provided me then trickles down to my wife, my family, my business, my extended family, and how I handle my own shit. It's so monumental. My wife is now using this app. And if I brought her on here, she'd probably tell you how it's changed for her. Like, I'm not selling this app. I don't get any kickbacks from this. But this is a fucking tool that I'm using in my coaching business to weaponize all of my clients. And you can only get access indefinitely for it through trainers. You could go buy some programs through Warrior right now and you're going to have access for about 60 days. But to have this full thing at my fingertips, literally, is massive. The value that it's provided me and my family, invaluable. It's priceless. You cannot put a price on using this. So that was the live stack. Maybe next time what I'll do is I'll read one of my stacks You basically saw the rage stack that I did on the contractor the other day. But I can't say enough what this has done for me. So I guess I'll close with what I started with in this video. Where I am today is way different than the man I was 3 months ago when I started using this. And you guys saw, like, I just showed you my dashboard. Like, I didn't try and hide it. Like, you saw that I've been consistent for 34 days, but I've been using this for 3 months. And the past 34 days, I've never been this consistent before in every aspect of my life. And honestly, if people understood the value in this and the value in coaching and what this could do for them, if they could just see this person over here in this new reality compared to where they are now, yeah, it's fucking big. Because when I first got access to the app in May, I was like, what is this? I didn't even know how to use this full arsenal of this app properly. I was not even 100%, trained on how to use this whole thing. And that's part of the coaching stuff. But it's been massive in my life, and the results speak for themselves. So, if this is something you're interested, shoot me a message. We can have a deeper discussion. I haven't officially launched my coaching business, but I am starting to coach men, and I will coach women too. Like, I'm not going to, corner myself in that area. But I think, women should have a woman coach, because there's just going to be things that I won't understand as a man. But that's a cool thing. I'm not interested in being popular. I'm not interested in trying to get rich as a coach like some of these people are. If I was, it'd be a terrible business model to bring all my other coaches that I went through class and got certified with on here live with me, because some of you might resonate with them and go coach with them. What I'm interested in is building a movement of people that are no longer asleep. And I want them to lock arms with me, because what is on the other side of this, and the app is just one piece, one tool, you can't even fathom. Like, honestly, I did not see myself here at this moment 3 months ago. So it's pretty fucking awesome. That's all I can say. So I appreciate you guys for hopping on. As always, I'm going to keep going live every day. If there's something specific you want me to cover, let me know. I'm open doors here. So I want to say, I think I have one more live scheduled with another coach, but we'll get. I talked to Steve after the live yesterday. We will get the tech stuff figured out, and we are going to do a live meditation on Instagram, and it's gonna be fucking dope. So, as always, if you guys are interested in any piece of this, if you're interested with working with me, shoot me a direct message, and that's where we start this process. That is where we start to flip the script on whatever it is you're going through. So, have a great day, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.